Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. I'm finally using the mic as well. Finally using the mic. But on today's video, we're discussing some of the NFL free agency news. A lot of things still happening and occurring and stuff as well. First, before we get into this video, RIP to Ryan Mallett, former Arkansas quarterback. I remember my friend Kevin is a Patriot fan. I remember, and he's from Arkansas, so he saw Ryan Mallett a lot. And when Ryan Mallett got to the Patriots and stuff like that, being backup and being he was familiar with Ryan Mallett a lot. He used to mention him a lot and stuff. Ryan Mallett was a former Raven as well, and I believe a former Texan too. They said he passed away or he died drowning in Florida at the age of 35. Way too young, way too young. So a moment of silence for Mr. Ryan Mallett and his family. Okay, the NFL news and updates. We have Dalvin Cook in the headlines a lot. They said Dalvin Cook may be heading to Miami. He's from Miami as well. Dalvin Cook is he's a pretty good running back. He's a pretty good running back. He can go out there and his yards per game average is what is four and a half or close to 4.5 around that range. He's still very explosive. The injuries kind of got to him a little bit the past few years, but he's still able to go out there and muster up some good years and stuff. The Vikings released them to save money. The running back market is a little different now. People don't value the running back as they used to in the old days. The old days, Jerome Bettis and the Emmitt Smiths, the Sweetness, Walter Payton, and all those guys, it'd be highly valued back in the day, Eric Dickerson and stuff. But nowadays, the running back value has kind of dropped a little bit because you can find a lot of guys, especially if you're a guy who only can do one thing, then it makes it a little difficult. Of course, Dalvin Cook he can catch out the backfield as well and stuff like that. But if you kind of like a one-dimensional guy like Melvin Gordon kind of is, remember he mentioned last night, he said the running back market is very terrible. He says it's very terrible playing running back in the NFL because the marketing and stuff like that. Because I think the franchise tag is about $10 million, if I'm not mistaken. Like $10 million or $11 million around that range. That's like the average, the maximum contract. So it's not really a super amount like that. Ezekiel Elliott had a pretty good contract before he got released as well. He was released, and Ezekiel Elliott has played very good with the Cowboys early on like that. Just the past few years, the injuries got to him, and he kind of lost a few steps, and he's not the same Zeke he once was. I still feel like he can go out there and still get you 800 rushing yards like that, and be a good 1-2 punch for you as well. Maybe 1,000 yards too in the right system, the right scheme, but he just don't have that same explosiveness that he once had. But Dalvin Cook to Miami will be actually nice for them. Miami don't really prioritize. Like their priority is not to run the football. It's not to run the football. It's for them to kind of like the intermediate passes. They want to give the ball to Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, get the ball in their hands on the go. Let them go out there and make things happen with their legs and stuff like that, and with their quickness, their speed, and their agility they have, and athleticism. I think Dalvin Cook being there reduce him all them carries and stuff, and they still have Jeff Wilson, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know in the comment section if I am mistaken. But Jeff Wilson was pretty solid too. He was pretty good with the 49ers, and then last year the Dolphins he played pretty well as well. So I feel like having those 1-2 punch right there will give more out of Dalvin Cook, and it'll be better for the team as a whole. But I think Dalvin Cook going back to Miami like that where he's from will be actually nice. At first I had him going to Buffalo to team up with his brother, that 1-2 punch, James Cook and Dalvin Cook, that would have been crazy. But I think Miami might be the way for him to go. Good weather, and he can head there and just, chill it out. I believe Miami don't have state income tax either, right? Kind of like Texas. I don't think they have it. I could be mistaken though. But he'd be out there in his hometown and, ball out there with the Dolphins, who are a team who probably top 10 favorites to win a championship this year as well. Next actually is about Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is a guy who's kind of been on the franchise tag was been put on the table for him. I believe the franchise tag was $10 million. So I think he's trying to find a way to get a longer contract and a bigger, more money and stuff like that. I think Saquon Barkley is the driving force of that Giants team. The Giants team goal where Saquon Barkley takes them. Daniel Jones played better last year. He had 17 touchdowns to the 6 interceptions, but it wasn't like no elite crazy number. But Daniel Jones did get paid $40 million. And other players around the team can look at it like, hey, you pay Daniel Jones that, and he put up some average numbers like that, and I'm putting up these crazy monthly numbers. I can't get a long-term contract, and most of his success, I'm saying on Barkley, I don't throw Daniel Jones on the bus like that, but like most of his success come from me, and you really being honest like that. You see the plays I made, and when I played, how we win, and when I don't play, we don't win. Like, so most of the success and stuff. Of course, we know Daniel Jones got better and better, but he's still putting up average numbers, 17 touchdowns, and I know he had some rushing touchdowns as well. I think he had like 8 or 9 of them like that. But 17 passing touchdowns over the course of a full season like that. Just 6 interceptions is all right, but it's not like no godly tier $40 million worth contract. You think a guy put up 28 and like 7 or something like that. So 28 to 7 interceptions. You think it'd be like some big time numbers like that, but Daniel Jones got paid the big time money, and it kind of messed when Giants paying him that amount of money, kind of messed the Giants negotiating deals up a little bit, because a lot of the other players who was due money, they like, hey, you paying Daniel Jones that, you gotta pay me more than that. I'm a top 5 in my position. He's not even top 15 in his position. So they got things to figure out. And with the Giants and stuff, we're gonna see how things shape out. But I think they probably figure it out, because Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, that's the core right there. That's what you want to build a team around. You want the team to be around those guys, and those guys can get it done. They've been here since the beginning, and we're going to see like how things shape out. But next topic is about DJ Hopkins. Hopkins had some offers with the Titans, and from the Titans need a receiver, because they have Burks there, the rookie. He looked pretty good last year when he did play, but he was at the injuries throughout the entire season. And now we got DeAndre Hopkins coming to the mix. That would be actually cool. DeAndre Hopkins and with the Titans is like together and stuff. That would be clean. Also, him going to the Patriots, I don't know how that would work out truly, because Bill Belichick style and the way he do things, he's more about the scheme and not just going to the player. Like sometimes, like in certain situations, you be like, you just gotta let the player go. It's like in my opinion, if I was coaching, I'm gonna coach around our players. Like, I think Belichick coaching style is he's gonna just find, like, it's cool to find player for your scheme and like kind of say my scheme is better than the players. So we're gonna, as long as I got my scheme here, is better than the players. But I prefer the way of like just saying, hey, I got a top 5 receiver. We're gonna eat and play through him. So whatever he wants to do, we're gonna do what he likes to do best, and we're gonna play through that, and we're gonna build off that. That's like that's type of play style I like to look at. I mean, you go to your best player, go to your best guy. That's like the winning formula. You think the Chiefs gonna be like, nah, we're gonna run our scheme. We're gonna Mahomes throw that check down. We're gonna run the ball right here. No, you're gonna put the ball in Mahomes' hand and let him go to work and let him cook. And so I feel like the Patriots style a little different, so I don't know if he will fit there fully. I think him going to a team like the Titans will help the Titans out a lot. The quarterback position is a little shaky right now, but I'm trying to see what's another team can go to. Maybe the Jets. Be him and Garrett Wilson. That would be pretty cool. And Lazard like that. Maybe the Jets, or I don't know if they have the money for that. The Ravens was on the table at first, the offering. The Ravens did pay Odell Beckham $18 million, and that kind of messed up the market a little bit. So now DeAndre Hopkins' asking price might be a little higher. He's like, hey, you pay Odell $18 million, and he hadn't been Odell in almost 2 years, 3 years really. And then DeAndre Hopkins like, I've been putting up these numbers consistently over a good amount of time like that. So you got to pay me a little more than that, probably $20 million plus. So that kind of messed it up a little bit. So that's why I don't think about, like, some teams like when they pay like all kind of I ain't saying overpay Odell. Odell is an amazing player, of course. Don't get me wrong. Odell, when he's healthy, he's very good. But the Ravens pay him $18 million, kind of like they're trying to like hope that he's gonna pull up that same pizzazz and that same aura that he had when he was the Giants or his early stage with the Browns like that. When he that's probably the last time he put up 1,000 yards. But I don't know if it's gonna happen. But we're gonna see how things shape out. Was Dalvin Cook go to Miami? Will Saquon Barkley stay with the Giants, or will he maybe seek a trade somewhere to a different team? You never know what could happen. Or DJ Hopkins, is he gonna head to Tennessee, or are you gonna head to the Patriots, or head somewhere else like that? The Chiefs, play a contender like that. We'll see what happens and see what shapes out. That's all I got for this video today, guys. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.